Jesus me is I know, for the Bible tells me so. You turn to it. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me.
Hi, TJ. When is your bedtime? Hi, honey. I'll see you in the morning, honey, okay? I'll see you when you wake up, all right? I love you.
Before he was a leader to millions, he was mine and theirs.
I have to say this without getting emotional, but I'm very proud of my husband. And I know many of you are too.
Well, I've never met anyone quite like her. I remember I called Tyler and I said he's going to have to find talent somewhere else. And Tyler was trying to coach me down because he said that she was way out of my league. And he's still right, by the way. I mean, my wife is the best person ever, and she's a patriot and she's a believer. We don't want to have to be accountable to God when this life passes. And he asks, why did you not trust in me and not fight evil? For young people out there, if you want to find meaning, find something worth taking responsibility for.
Yeah, it's been a fun journey, fun ride.
It's just getting started.
Yeah, I'm grateful for you.
Thanks for joining the Charlie Kirk Show.
You're welcome. We should do this more often. He was 18, no money, no map, only a call from God.
My political journey was in the midst of the Obama craze in Chicago. As someone who was generally conservative, I realized this generation, millennials, is going to be the most progressive generation in history if we don't do something about this.
We're active in about 15 campuses, and we're growing very, very quickly. And keep in mind, this is not just a flash in the pan movement. We're going to become an institution to give them the power and the confidence to stand up and let their voice be heard.
I was 18, no idea what I was doing, no connections, no money, unlimited energy, enthusiasm, and I actually thought this was possible, which was kind of crazy if you think about it. Bill was one of the first people to believe in us at Turning Point USA and believe in me. After he heard me speak, he said, "You can't go to college." I said, "Who are you exactly?" He said, "Whatever you're doing, it's going to be bigger." He said, "You're going to start a youth organization that's going to catch the whole world on fire."
Only in America can a young man with a dream change the world.
So starting in that garage in Lamont, Illinois, that Bill had for us at 217.5 Illinois Street, and growing from that forward was a battle. So the first year, you raised $20,000, which at the time was an unbelievable amount of money, right? We didn't have an office, we didn't have a staff. It was just me just traveling the country doing this, pure grit, pure energy. And I was driven by core ideas and core principles that we should be thankful, not angry, to live in this country. Would you agree? We should be thankful. We should be kissing the ground and saying we are the luckiest human beings ever to exist, that we are able to live in this country at this time. America is the greatest country ever to exist, period, bar none. Is the greatest country ever to exist, right?
He loved debate because he loved the truth, and the people on the other side of the table because they all were made in God's image.
So I go to college campuses and there's a lot of error. We're all sinners. We all live in error. We as Christians are called to go into the public arena to correct error with truth. I'm far more interested in what God wants of me than what I want from God. I have the greatest job in the world. I couldn't be happier. Every day I feel as if what I'm saying, what I'm doing is making a difference. To be perfectly honest, I love the debate. I love the exploration of ideas. I think dialogue is a gift given to us by God. Prove me wrong. I have no notes. I have no AI. I have nothing. Tell me why you're correct. For 3 hours, I will sit there and everyone will watch. It's a gladiatorial match for the best ideas of the West.
And their needs changed him, and he changed them.
You see, you're being called upon to be a leader, let's say, that's not merely political. And that's why my understanding of it.
Correct. It's an enormous responsibility. Enormous. I also need to balance, as Christ would say, being as much truth, which of course I'm inclined towards, as love. What is God's plan when I go on a college campus? I just believe I will only tell truth, I will not compromise, and I'll love on the lost.
He was no stranger to threats, to being hated, to being doubted, but he went out anyway, for America, for you.
Turning Point will live longer than me. That's my mission.
He carried his love for the nation in his hand, and in the other, he carried us.
You have worked so hard, and I know a lot of you have seen, obviously, his videos on TikTok and all the stuff he does on campus, but no one gets to see him from my angle except for myself and our children. And the sacrifices that he made this year, he's amazing. I'm very blessed.
And I would not have been able to do any of it without Erica. When it comes to your child, you are tasked to protect them both physically, spiritually, and emotionally. Once you have kids, there is this primal thing that comes into you where if you think you have worked hard before, when you have to go feed a child and provide for a family, you are willing to go to the ends of the earth and push yourself in ways that you never thought possible. And that is your initial and most important task as a father.
Every single person in this building, we owe something to Charlie. He was a joyful warrior for our country. He loved America. He devoted himself tirelessly to making our country a better place. He was a critical part of getting Donald Trump elected as president, getting me elected as vice president. And so much of our success over the last 7 months is due to his efforts, his staffing, his support, and his friendship.
The media said that Turning Point could never run a ground game. They weren't experienced. They didn't know Charlie, right?
You need tremendous talent to do what he's done. Building one of the most powerful youth organizations ever created, Turning Point USA, and I want to thank you, really, Charlie. Incredible job.
I want you to remember that we did not earn this. This is God's mercy on our country.
What he built will endure.
Taking the deep, but sometimes the difficult road is the way that you should configure your life. Getting married and having children is a difficult but deep decision that I hope every single one of you make at some point in your life. Because for every single one of you, there are a couple thousand students that wish they could speak out like you do. And courage is a choice. It takes no skill to be courageous. You might come up to the microphone and say, Charlie, I don't know my talent, I don't know my skill. The cool thing about being courageous is you just have to say, I choose to be courageous. What can I do to save the country? You answer that question every single day because you are doing the work to save this beautiful republic. You are doing something that is bigger than you.
He loved this country. He fought for this country. Now we all live to honor his fight.
What young people especially are screaming at is they say, give me a structure that I can live my life by. And especially with young men, more challenging of them, more saying, you know what? Honestly, I'm not gonna talk down to you. Stop being a boy and become a man. You wanna learn what that means? Come to church and I'll tell you what it means to become a man. Because we have the greatest story ever told.
If everything completely goes away, how do you want to be remembered?
I want to be remembered for courage for my faith. That would be the most important thing. Most important thing is my faith in my life.
All right. Ready? Freedom on three. 1, 2, 3, freedom!
Wow, look at that.
Beautiful.
Look at that.
All right, 3, 2, 1, smile. Awesome, guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Utah Power, how we doing?
Charlie Kirk! 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 USA! 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 USA!
What's up, guys? Sorry about that. My internet just went out. I don't know if you guys can see me or not. It just went out. My grandson knocked on the door. He's like, "Papa, my TV's not working." And I said, "Well, I don't know what happened." So very sorry about that. Just went out right at the last second. So hope you guys can hear me. Just happened right before the show started. Let's see. Can you guys hear me? Yes, no, maybe so. See you and hear you. Okay, thank you guys. I appreciate you guys being here. Today is Sunday, September 28th, 2025. Obviously, that was the great Charlie Kirk and his wonderful wife and his family and everything that he stood for. And I'm gonna play that probably every Sunday now. And again, we're in this together. And again, I'm all about God, family, country, and then Bitcoin. And again, we always say we're all Satoshi, but also we are all Charlie. And it's so good to have you guys here. So we're going to talk about a few things today. We're just going to chill out and get ready for the week. Hope everybody's well. Again, today is Sunday, September 28th, 2025. We're at the Bitcoin block height of 916,839. TikTok, next block. Let's see. Bad news. Okay. My boy just came out with a video. That's good. And yeah, everything's good. Everything's good. So let's see. Let's do a roll call here and let's check in with everybody. Jenny Legendary, how are you, ma'am? Good to see you. And Jenny, I believe, gave a donation. I believe I couldn't find my phone either when the show started. So I'm just like, wow, I'm just off to a great start here, ain't I? Let's see. Jenny sent in the Jenny's app of 1234. Thank you, Jenny, so much. I appreciate it very much. I don't know what I'd do without Jenny. And somebody sent in 1776 yesterday. At let me tell you what time it was. At 6:07 my time. 6:07 my time, and I did not see that yesterday. So it looks like it might have been the Backpacker family. That's their app. So whoever did that, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And sorry I didn't see that yesterday. Let me know if you sent me one and I don't acknowledge it. Jenny Legendary. Always good to see you, ma'am. Absolute legend on this channel. Legendary. I got a few videos we're going to watch. We're going to talk about some stuff. Because on Sundays, we just want to chill out, relax, and we want to get our mind set right for the week. And to make sure that we hit the reset button and make sure we're ready for the crazy week. You know what I mean? Kramer, how are you, sir? Good to see you, man. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate you so much, brother. If you guys don't mind, can you share the video if you don't mind? Good to see you, Kramer. Kramer Energy, how goes it? Hello, Fanny, how are you, lovely lady? Very good to see you, ma'am. Very good to see you. Hi, Jen. Hi, Kramer. Hi, Jerry. Hit that like. Thank you. Flipper, I've been waiting for you to call me, Flipper, and you haven't called me in a couple days. I told you to call me to check in with me. You haven't done it yet. So I'm still waiting. Flipper. Hi, Backpacker family. Wow. What a guy, ain't he? Isn't he, man? How you doing, Dean? Good to see you, brother. Good Monday morning to you. What a man, man. What a man. Video issue. Yeah. Yo, much USA YouTube doesn't like it. Yeah, so much. YouTube doesn't like this. My favorite back park friend. What are you guys cooking tonight? Am I froze or did something happen? Jerry, USA show's over. I want all sats by default. Good night, guys. USA. Oops or not. That's right, Backpacker. USA. Oops or not. We can hear you. We can see you and hear you. We can hear you. Good. Yes. Okay, good. Church is officially in session. Unlike Minnesota, they can't burn this session down. What a crazy situation, man. We sent on Friday. Glad to see you, Jerry, and great video. No, that was from yesterday. I got that. You might have sent one from Friday, but the one I'm referring to was from yesterday at 6:07. So whoever did that one, and that was Saturday. So how's your wrist, Flip? Yes, honey. She says she will call after she's done eating. LOL. Okay. LOL. Taco salad and nachos. Nice. Fanny packer. Yum. Yeah. So I'm not expecting a lot of people to come in on Sundays because it's football season. So I may not do videos on Sunday. Just for I can unplug and have a rest, and you guys can rest, and we can just chill out. Wasn't us. Okay. Yeah, I figured it wasn't you because you would say it if it was you. So, but it was somebody, and that really helped with the payroll. So thank you to whoever did that. But we're gonna watch a few videos today, and we're just going to relax and stuff like that. But again, I'm gonna see how this Sunday goes. If we're not getting much traction here, then I'll just take Sunday off and just let you guys chill out and relax, and then we'll be back at it like a crack addict on Monday. But I'm definitely still do Saturday, Satoshi Saturdays and everything else. But maybe I'll just take Sundays off. We'll see, or maybe I'll do a membership video or walking around video or something on a Sunday. You know what I mean? Because again, it's football Sunday, and I get that. So no matter what time I start, there's going to be a football game on, and nobody's going to want to watch me during football. So thank you, Fanny, for sharing the video. I appreciate it. And again, it's all about the demand for me to bring the supply. And if the demand's not there on a Sunday, because everybody chills out, people go to church, people relax, people watching football. So we'll see. You know what I mean? We'll see. Jerry's over football. Thank you, Jenny. I appreciate that. We're going to start off with some Bitcoin stuff. We're going to watch Matthew Cratter made a good video today. We're going to react to that. And then I got a couple things with Charlie Kirk and everything else. But as you can see, what I named this video, truth will always defeat lies. And that's the theme in this video today. And I need you guys to understand, despite the lies and the nonsense that these people in the wool, they try to pull over people's eyes. And again, we'll talk about that in the video. In both videos, actually, Bitcoin Core versus knots, and lies versus truth, propagandists versus real journalists and stuff like that. The lies are going to have to be exposed, and we need to know who are telling the lies and what they're doing. You know what I mean? And how they're doing it. Their schemes. So they need to learn to multitask like us. Check signal. Okay. Check signal. All right. Let's see. Look at Flipper. What's she eating? Flipper, what are you eating, sweetheart? Oh, look at that. You got Jerry Loves Freedom and football on. Okay. Well, thank you, Fanny. That is very nice. Thank you so much. Afternoon, Patriots. We all love Jerry. We all love you, Josh. How are you, sir? Good to see you, man. Josh Owa. Very good to see you, man. How are you? Solar Satoshi says, happy Saturday. Is it Saturday where you're at, Solar? Good to see you. Thank you for coming in, man. I appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Nachos. She wears her food. LOL. So do I. Those are nachos? What kind of nachos are those? Flipper's too freaking cute, man. Too cute. Yeah, we're just chilling out today, guys. We're going to do a few spins, and then we're going to get on to the Matthew Cratter video. He made a good one today, man. A really good one, and I want to break it down. My grandson was talking to me when I was watching it, so I want to watch it with you guys. But Jen, she still has 4 weeks to go. Okay, good. And right now, guys, today, the Bitcoin price is $110,840. But the most important thing is we can get still over 900 Satoshis for $1. And that's great. That's great. Gold and silver are still freaking doing their thing, man. Silver's at $46 an ounce, and gold's at just under $3,760 per ounce, which we love to see that. We love to see that because gold always goes before Bitcoin, and then we follow. You know what I mean? Oh, man, I'm sorry, Flip. It'll be over before you know it. Yeah. So we only got a few months left of what did you guys call September? Backpacker had a name, and we had some other names for it too. How September basically sucks, and October's coming. Again, man, you got to get these sats while they're cheap, because basically we're flat this month with Bitcoin. You know what I mean? We're flagged. We started a month at about 109. You know, we went up to 115 or whatever it was, but we're still like, you know, just over probably $1,000 up this month. So we really haven't done anything, which is good. Again, we're getting 900 cents for every dollar. And ask me how I know that, because I buy every hour on the hour, which I love, by the way. I absolutely love. Now let's see. I'm always got to check my bank account to see if I got a few bucks in there. He says shit timber. Is that the one you came up with? I like that one. Dip timber, dump timber, down timber. Yes. Shit timber. Was that the one you did, or was that somebody? Because you did one too, Backpacker. There was one I really liked. I think I spelled that correct. Yeah. There was a couple I really, really liked, man. Yep. Okay, good. It's Sunday for me. I'm just high. Oh, okay. That's good. That's good. Oh, I see Stacking Richie. He's in the chat. All right, let's see where we're at with the spins here, guys. Where do we start? 8:39. Okay. No blocks have come out yet. Bear timber. That was one of them. But I think I like shit timber. And there was another one too, I believe. But all right, let's get this quick little video started from Matthew Cratter, which again he did a great job. This video is called Bitcoin's Core Inscription Funny Business. Again, this is truth versus lies. So without further ado, let's take a look at Matthew Cratter.
This is Matthew Cratter's Bitcoin University. Today I want to talk about Bitcoin Core's inscriptions funny business. I think one of the best ways to understand the current spam wars is to view them in the context of Bitcoin's cultural history. We've already discussed how Bitcoin culture has always been anti-spam.
Yeah, this is the key. He's going to go into the culture, the history of the culture, right? And what did he say that the video was called? He said Bitcoin's core inscription funny business. So he's going to go into the culture. So let's see what he says.
It's funny business. I think one of the best ways to understand the current spam wars is to view them in the context of Bitcoin's culture.
Bitcoin Bacon Booty, how are you, ma'am? Good to see you. Is Jay with you? BTC's up a bit, but it's still on sale. That's right, Triple B's. How are you, ma'am? I'm going to put Jay on here too. I'm going to put Triple B's. Unless he's not there. Unless he's not at the house. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in on a Sunday. I really appreciate that. Triple B's. Really do.
Cultural history. We've already discussed how Bitcoin culture has always been anti-spam using the...
Oh, yeah? That's good. How much did you do? How much you get, Jenny? If you don't mind me asking. Happy Sunday, Jerry and all. Good to see you. Good to see you too, Stacking. What's up, my boy? How are you? Thanks for coming in on the Sunday, man. Again, I know the games are on, man. I know the games are on. You know what I mean? So again, I'm gonna try this during the football season, but it's gonna be tough. I already know that. Thank you so much for coming in, Stacking Rich. I really appreciate that, man. Same, Jen. Hola, Sin says Diesel. I did not expect you. Sin, how are you, man? You multitasking or what? You watching me and the football game? Good to see you, Sin. Thank you so much for coming in. The Renaissance man, my sensei. Good to see you, brother. Almost to my first ability to withdraw my rewards from Fold. Wow. Congratulations. Hey, Kevin, how are you, man? Good to see you. Kevin from 21 Sad Street. You guys remember 21 Jump Street with Johnny Depp? Every time I see that name, I think about that. 21 Sad Street. What's up, bro? I used to love that show. Aging myself. Sin. Yo, Jay, what's up, brother? I got you on the wheel, man. How are you, man? Good to see you. Jerry Loves Freedom. I think I did 20. Nice. That's a lot. 100,000, 1,111 cents. LOL. Wow. 50 cents DCA via strike. Oh, is that how much the price was when you bought? 111,000. Yeah, I've done that a few times. Oh, I see it. Yeah, me too. I just did that. 900 sats I got for $111,111.11. Same here. Sin has done that too. I've actually done that a few times, which is crazy. Sin Diesel, Backpacker, Kramer Industries, Solar Satoshis. Boom. Didn't expect you either, bro. No football for me. Okay. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Jerry Love Freedom, all from paying bills, daily spends, and buying my groceries on gift cards from Fold. Nice. Very smart. Jen, BTC Fanny Packer, hi. 21 Jump Street, Richard Greco over Johnny Delph. I got you, man. Just Sin is all with the culture. He knows what's up. Hey, Stick. What's good, Stacking? Stacking Richie. That was your high. Yes. Sin Diesel, thanks for turning me on the Fold. Yeah, that's a great one, man. That's a great hookup. Right there. I ain't going to keep you guys too long, though. Got it, Jen? Yes. All right, let's keep going. Let's see if we got any spins coming. Okay, we got 2 spins. Let's do that real quick. Let's spin this thing. Again, thank you guys so much for being here. It's Sunday, September 28th, 2025. Only got a few more days left in the month. So we'll see what goes on. We're going to start off with the Bitcoin block height of 839 block. And the block subsidy is 3.125 Bitcoin. But the wheel subsidy today is 100 Satoshi. So without further ado, let's spin it for the first time on this Sunday. And let's see who can win it. Jenny Legendary. Jenny Legendary. Congratulations. That was your high. Sin Diesel. Thank you. Yes. Got it, Jen. Jen, no problem. Pro blah memo. Jor for the score. Sun's out, guns out. Well, I don't know about guns. And I don't even know about the sun, Jor. Has not been out today. My man Jor for the score. How are you? I know Jor's only watching football when Philadelphia is playing with our boy Saquon, best football player on the planet. Jor, good to see you, man. How are you? Thanks for coming in, brother. Jor, 839. Woohoo me. I heard it was 3 times Sundays. Did you know? Where'd you get that from? Fucking A, Jor. Good game, Jen. Jen. Woohoo, hi, Jen. Jerry loves freedom. Sun is definitely out here. It's not out here, though. For real. Gang to the amazing Jen. Yes. What's good, Jor? Saquon. Yes, that's my man. That's my man. Strike notification. St. Roosevelt is in the house. Thank you, St. Roosevelt. He always sends me the date. 928 Satoshis. Thank you, St. Roosevelt. Really appreciate that, brother. So much, man. Who is this mystery man? One time he told me he was there. I swear to God, he was I thought for sure it was Monk A Dude. Remember Monk A Dude? He gave my daughter a bunch of sats, and then I haven't seen Monk A Dude. So I don't know who this guy is, man, to be honest with you. But thank you so much, St. Roosevelt. I love that freaking name, too. Thank you so much. St. Roosevelt embarrassingly gave me the biggest donation I've ever had. And it wasn't even close. Okay. It was high. Okay. Like Paul gave me 6 figures. He gave me 100,000. And St. Roosevelt blew that out of the water. Okay. One day. I could not believe what I saw. And to this day, I'm just like, wow. If I ever think about quitting YouTube, I'm just like, I can't, man. As much sats as that dude gave me that day, I like some days like today, I'm not going to lie. I had some stinking thinking in my head because every time I look at my subscribers, they're just not moving. They're just going down. And I'm below 2,500 again. And I'm just keep getting kicked down. My views are going down. And I'm not saying this to bitch. I'm just telling you, I'm just being transparent with you. And my YouTube money is gone down. Everything's going down. You know what I mean? And I'm working, but it just I'm swimming upstream here. You know what I mean? So today I was like, I'm taking a day off, and I was trying to pout. But I said, you know what, Jerry? Just keep going, man. You know, keep going. For the people, even if there's only 1 or 2 people here, I can still do it. You know what I mean? So I really do appreciate you guys being here, man. Seriously, though, man. Thank you. 3 times Sundays. Oh, if I had it, I'd do it. Hi, St. Roosevelt. Isn't it gray? It might be gray. It might be gray. He's one of the top 10 guys, I think it is. St. Bro, boom. Paulie the GOAT used to send 100K to Amigos all the time. Yes, he did. He's done that a few times. He's also done, he used to send $50 and everything else. Bitcoin searches are down to, oh, okay. That's why. Okay, got it. I put you on replay. Does it keep adding views or is it by account? I got a bunch of emails I can add accounts for. Oh, thank you so much. I don't think so. George says it doesn't, but I don't know how that works. I don't know. Mia, what the hell? Hey guys, I miss you guys. Mia, what's up? Wow, I was not expecting Mia to be here. Mia. Holy crap. The lovely Mia from the Bitcoin Gospel. How are you, Mia? My sister from another mister. Good to see you, Mia. Jeez, I was not expecting that. We'd probably be retired already if the Migos kept going. Don't remind me, man. Don't remind me, Jor. Mia, it'll spike up during the bull run. I think so. Do not remind me, Jor. Jen, 88 says, I think it's great too. He's pretty awesome, even if it's not him. Yeah. I thought for sure it was Monkey Dude though. The Bitcoin Gospel. Hi. I'm in Houston, thinking of you guys. Oh, okay. You're near Sin Diesel then. Mia, hey, the Bitcoin Gospel. We miss you. Hey, Richie. Hey, backpacker. So are you like just at a hotel there or are you waiting on another flight? Oh, Jen, I miss you guys. We sure do. We got a few videos we're going to do. 18 people. I was not expecting 18 people on a Sunday. I got to be honest with you. Just for old time's sake, Mia. You better drop and give her some push-ups. What's good, fam? Hey, Jerry VHF. What's up, sir? Good to see you, man. How are you? Always good to see you, VHF. Fire in the hole. At a hotel, long layover. Okay. Got you. VHF, how goes it? VHF, boom. Make sure I ain't missing anybody here. I don't even check my speed anymore because nothing really happens over there. So that's why I missed the other one. But it's all good. We're just going through a little slump. But you got to, it's almost like being a baseball player, or a basketball player. You miss a bunch of shots. You're just slumping right now. You just got to keep working when you're slumping, Jen, much love. Sin, I better drop and give you some push-ups. That's right. Richie, boom. Wait, Mia, how long are you going to be here? You can answer via PM and Signal. Yes. VHF, I told you. You right now. What's name's Sin's neck of the woods. What up, though? Megalomedia. Oh my God. If you guys meet up, if you meet Sin before me, I'm gonna be very jealous. But y'all better take some pictures, Mia and Sin, or some videos or something. I gotta see that. If y'all meet up. What up, though? What up, Megalomedia? How are you? I'm gonna be mad as hell if you meet Sin before me. Mia? That's my sensei, man. Megalomedia. Good to see you, man. How are you? Good to have you back, man. Mia, love. Mega, boom. I didn't know you were here. I'm here until the AM. Mute? Oh, you guys can't hear me? Oh, don't tell me you can't hear me. Can you guys hear me or no? Incoming 10,000 for the wheel, 10,000 for you, Jerry. Kisses. What? Kiss. 5 kisses. Incoming 10,000 for the wheel and 10,000 for you, Jerry. Sharon? What in the world? Whoa! Sharon, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I got it. 20,000 sats. Thank you. Wow. I hear you. Okay. Stack and Richie, can you not hear me, brother? I'm sorry if you can't hear me, bro. And then somebody sent me one. Somebody on speed sent me 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that was Jenny. Because I said something about I'm not getting anything for speed. So she sent 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you, Jenny. I appreciate it. Wow, Sharon, thank you so much. I don't know what I like better, the donations or the kisses. Thank you, Sharon B. So, Sharon, how do you want me to do that 10,000? You want me to do one big spin, 10 1,000s? What do you want me to do, honey? I hear you. Okay. We can hear you. Okay. Hello, everyone. Sharon B., we love you, honey. Thank you so much, Sharon. That was very, very kind of you. Seriously, that really helps. Sharon, must be me. Sorry, Jerry. Oh, no doubt, brother. No doubt. Maybe log out and log back in, maybe? Sharon B. fires. Hey, Sharon. That was very nice, Sharon. Jesus. Been trying to hear anything I can about the Michigan shooting today, roughly 40 minutes away from me. Yeah, that was sad, man. I was gonna pick that up, but I just didn't want to be in a bad state of mind. I saw it and I'm just like, are you serious, man? Sharon coming in hot. Yes. I love Fanny. We love you. You can't leave Speed out. Thank you, Jenny. Jenny, I appreciate that, man, so much. Seriously. Hey, Jor for the score. Hey, Richie. Hello. Much love. I had the mute on randomly. Shake my head. Oh, okay. Okay. It's all good. It's all good. Sharon B. Hi. As you wish. Another kiss. Oh, man. Sharon. You're sending a lot of love, honey. And oh wow. Saint Roosevelt strikes again. He's Scotty times 1,000, I think that is. 99 times 1,000. 9,999. Now, why did he do that? He did that because Sharon sent him 10,000. He doesn't want to overshadow Sharon. He always does that for the ladies. Saint Roosevelt, you're the man, bro. Thank you, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, man. Seriously, that helps a lot. You guys see what happens when you internet beg? I'm not internet begging, guys, but thank you guys so much. I love me. I love me some Sharon. I love me my Sharon. Yes, me too. We have to contest. See who loves her more. Respect for Sharon. Such a gentleman, Saint bro. Yes, very kind. Very kind. All right, Jenny was the winner. 839. So what we'll do is we'll do one big spin for 10,000. Thanks to Sharon at the end. So if you want 10,000, thanks to Sharon, we'll do that at the end. Okay. Thank you so much for that, Sharon. That's a big donation, man. I appreciate that. Good day, Jerry and fam. Sean, Pepe Le Pew. How are you? Good to see you. Because when you guys do that, when you send in stuff for the wheel like that at the end, it helps because it keeps people to stay till the end. So thank you so much. Because it ain't about the money, bro. Not always. It ain't about the money. I don't think. Is it? I don't know. Let me see. Where's that one at? Where did I put that one at? Any stuff? I don't think it's about the money, bro.
You still don't get it, do you? Huh? It ain't about your money, bro.
It's about the love, guys. It's about the love. Good day, Jerry and fam. Sean, Pepe, how are you, man? Sunday turned out all right. Yeah. Right, Dean? Yes, it did. Look, this is Jenny. I guarantee this is Jenny. Saint Roosevelt. Sorry, Jenny. This is Saint Roosevelt. Look at Saint Roosevelt, man. This guy's something. Great motion. Saint Roosevelt, monkey dude. He says, Jenny, thank you for sending in 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just going to send one below that. 1, 2, 3, 3. So thank you so much, Saint Roosevelt. I appreciate that. That's 3 big donations from the man himself, the incognito man. I appreciate you, bro. It ain't about the money, bro, but it's all about all those tabs you have open. I know. I got to. You ain't lying. I swear to God, listen. I swear to God, if I didn't know no better, Sin is sitting right behind me. Look at my computer. This man does it to me every freaking episode, man. Every episode he gives me, man. Hello, R. Lucky O and Jor. Yes. Fanny Packer says 1776. 1776. That's one of my favorite years, and that's one of my favorite zaps. Wow, Backpacker and Fanny, thank you so much. One of my favorite years, probably my favorite year. Thank you, Fanny. That's a big donation, man. Especially I know how much you buy every hour on the hour. That's a lot of your hourly buys to give to me. So thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Seriously. Sin. Thank you. You peeped that too, huh? Yes. Hello, everyone. Lauren Stern, what's up, bro? Oh my gosh. Saint Roosevelt does it again. He does it again. Lauren, good to see you, bro. Hey, Lauren, you deserve it. You do so much. Oh, thank you, Backpacker. I really appreciate that. Saint Roosevelt said, well, thank you so much, Fanny and Backpacker, for sending 1776. But the real year is 1775. That's when we really started off in this country. You know what I mean? Because that's when, we started fighting and stuff. So he said, I'll send 1775. Thank you, bro. Literally, bro. St. Roosevelt. Appreciate you, man. God, I love that guy. More than 2009? Yeah, it's close. It's close, Joe. It's close. Because I don't think we'd have anything without 1776, George. Would we? Wouldn't have a country. Lawrence Stern, hi. I wouldn't even be born. Hiya, Lawrence Stern. Lawrence Stern, boom. Hi, Sharon B. We love you too. Thank you, Fanny. Super sticker. Look at that. She's trying to make me YouTube rich. Trying to make me YouTube rich. Thank you, Sharon B. Those add up. Appreciate that very, very much, ma'am. Seriously. Jen and Stack and Richie, how are you? Thank you, Saint Bro. No doubt. What year will be remembered? 2008 white paper or 2009 Genesis? That's a good question, man. I think about that often. And I've come to one conclusion. I think it's going to be 2008, George, just for the fact that that's the year all the bullshit happened with the great, recession and the housing market crash and stuff like that. So I think it'll be 2008. Good question, man. Flipper is scrubbing the baseboards for 1776 sats. Wow. It's worth it. It's worth it. Hey, Lauren. January 10 will be. January 10th. Okay. Incognito. You caught that, Richie? I don't know if he's black or not. I just like saying that. I don't know. But I had to say it. No second, Richie. Manny Backer. I'll scrub baseboard for sats too. How was your flight yesterday, Richie? How was everything? Jerry, you're looking skinny, mister. Oh, thank you. I don't know if that's a good thing. Skinny like weak skinny? I agree. I always say 2008. Thank you, Mia. Appreciate that. Fanny Pack, I can't find a sucker to pay me sats to scrub my own. To quote Scotty99, I heard this is where we come for the spins. We come for the spins. Yes. This is where you come to get the spins. Yes. I like 1985 Genesis. Phil Collins is the man. Yes. That's the original Genesis. After the biblical one, of course. At Jen, we give sats for extra chores. Nice. Can someone tell me how to orange pill a business in a language a fifth grader could understand? Talk to them, Sharon, about inflation. Talk to them about inflation. Make a PowerPoint about inflation. Show them what the problem is, Sharon. Talk about what inflation is, where it comes from, the money printer, and then how you can what's the solution to that problem. But always talk about inflation and what it truly is, because most people don't know where inflation comes from, Sharon. Fanny Packer, that's so awesome. Hello, the Bitcoin Gospel. Bitcoin Gospel, Bitcoin. 2013, when they brought in the seed phrase so you didn't have to remember a string of 256 random characters, LOL. That's a good point. Sharon B, Bitcoin good, green back paper, toilet paper, yes. Bitcoin good, green back paper, toilet paper, yep. That's what it is. You're not wrong. It was short flight at 1.5 hours. Okay, good. Good. What about August 14th, 1989, Sega Genesis? That's a good one, too. I used to love Sega Genesis. I like Nintendo better, though. I did chores today, Fanny. Just saying, LOL. I think you got to go do it from her, though, Lauren. Just for her. You can't overshadow Nintendo in 1985 and the lineage it brought. Oh, God, I love Nintendo. Jen, put peanut butter on them. Nico will clean them real clean. Yes, they clean off that peanut butter for sure. Coincidentally, 1985 also brought me. It did. Yes, you just turned 40. Hello, freedom fighters or freedom lovers. How are you, Spaceman? Good to see you, sir. Spaceman. Yeah, that's me. Spaceman. Fanny Packer, no thanks. All right, let's get in. Let's spin it. Let's do another spin. Jenny won 839. Let's see who won 840. Wow, I wasn't expecting all this chaos on a Sunday. That's for sure. Sharon B, Lawrence Stern, B Pizzle, Vanita, and the little backpackers. Love. See, Sharon, when you give, you get. Flipper says she would clean them for you. Okay. Jor Boom. Talking about me or Lauren? Jor Boom. I agree. Nintendo is better. Super Nintendo was one of my favorite systems. Original NES was great as well. Yes, it was. It was. Oh, thanks, Flip. No doubt. 840. Sharon B. the bot. Woohoo. Gang, gang, Sharon. Congrats, Sharon. Woohoo. Yep. Congrats, Sharon. 840. Let's see 841. Give the Flipper. Okay. Flipper, you won 840 because Sharon gave it to you. How do you feel about that, Flipper?
I'm Flipper. This is Old Flip. And I just want to say good morning to all of you and have a great day and keep on stacking those sats. Buckaroo salute.
Woo! Okay. I figured that. Congratulations. Jen, you look very young for 40. Yes, she does. Jerry, Jen did not just turn 40. Women don't turn 40. She is 29 plus 11 years experience. Got it. Understood, man. Understood. We got 21 in the chat. I got a retro game stick. Hook it up to your TV and you get thousands of retro games. I'm all about Donkey Kong Country. Yeah, I saw that before, Dean, and one of my friends had it at his house. I told him, because I started playing it for a minute, I said I could never buy this. If I bought that thing, Dean, I would never leave the house, bro, and I wouldn't get shit done. Because I like the old school games, Dean. Good game, Sharon. Sin, boom, boom. I love my 3DS. Nintendo made the best handheld, y'all. Yes, they did. Stack and Richie, thanks. Nobody ever guesses my age. Yes. Am I dating myself? Not in the incel sense. Maybe a little bit. 441 Mega Media. Woohoo. Congrats, Mega. Sharon, wow, thank you. No doubt. Boom, thank you. 841. Mega Low Media. I love you, Sharon from Flipper. Just bought 99,000 sats, 150 Canadian. Shit, our dollar sucks, eh? Yeah, it does. Ours ain't much better, man. Lauren Sturr, nope, I'm not your average woman. I'm 40. Okay. Jen, winning against Father Time. LOL. Dean Thanos, I have that one also. Do you know? Nice, Jen. Dean, which one do you have? Good game, Mega. Congrats, Mega. Sin Diesel, I thought you were married. Why are you dating yourself? So, did your wife put you in the doghouse? That was a good one. Sharon B, I have a video that is wonderful with the breakdown of Bitcoin. I'll share it with you. Okay. Damn, I like to see that too, Jen. As I said, no one, not in the incel sense. That's good. That is funny. All right, let's get back to the video by the great Matthew Cratter. Let's see what he's got to say.
The example of the 2014 op return wars. And I'll put a link to this video in which I discuss that. I'll put this in the description notes below. But today I want to talk about how some Bitcoin Core devs apparently colluded in 2024 to help to weaken Bitcoin's code and make it less spam resistant. Now, this was obviously a horrific thing to do, especially when you're supposed to be stewards of the network. And if you agree with my analysis of what happened here, you will understand why I think that every single person involved in this cover-up needs to be permanently banned from working on Bitcoin Core. One of the reasons that we're having this crisis in 2025 is that those same devs were not removed years ago like they should have been. And as a result, they're still causing huge problems for people like you and me who simply want to use Bitcoin as money. So what exactly happened? The first thing that happened on November 14th, 2021, Taproot, the Taproot soft fork, the Taproot upgrade, if you want to call it that, was activated at block height 709,632. And then just over a year later,
yeah, I remember when that came out, Taproot. That's when I first got into Bitcoin.
Casey Rodamore was able to figure out how to do the inscriptions hack. And this is his tweet from January 20th, 2023. Inscriptions are finally ready for Bitcoin mainnet. Inscriptions are like NFTs, but are true digital artifacts, decentralized, immutable, always on chain, and native to Bitcoin. So this was the beginning of the inscriptions hack. Inscriptions are a way of forcing the Bitcoin protocol to do something that it was never designed to do, namely to relay around large amounts of non-monetary garbage that looks like this. Inscriptions are a hack. They're an exploit of the Bitcoin protocol. They were never introduced deliberately as a place to store non-monetary data.
Now, this is one of the themes of the video. Like I said, when I said truth will always defeat lies, Bitcoin Core is trying to tell you that the people from Bitcoin Knots and everybody going against Core and going against inscriptions are bad, right? This is the lie they're telling you. Inscriptions are a hack, like he said. They're something to put through a bunch of large files, right? In a monetary network that we don't want or need. But he's trying to tell you, oh no, this is something, this is good. No, it's not good. It's terrible.
Like Opperturn was in 2014. Inscriptions are only possible today because Bitcoin Core devs introduced a bug into the code as part of the Taproot soft fork and then never fixed that bug. Casey Rodamore, as we said, discovered this bug, but instead of responsibly reporting it to Core, he exploited it like the attention whore that he is. Casey was helped by David Bailey's Media Circus, who gave Casey and the Taproot Wizards lots of media attention at Bitcoin Magazine and all the Bitcoin conferences. And then David Bailey, along with Jameson Lopp, invested in Taproot Wizards and other spam companies, giving them funding to help them to spam Bitcoin, spam which will live forever on the blockchain, spam that even some poor Guatemalan family will have to download and process in 2078 when they decide to run a Bitcoin node to protect their family. That's how selfish and high time preference these people are, people like Rodamore and Bailey and Lopp. If you're finding
Yeah, exactly. Anytime you download anything on the Bitcoin blockchain, when you run your node, you're downloading all those inscriptions, all that extra data for what? Like you said, in the year 2078 or the year 2560. It's bad enough it's going to be, a very, very large file starting from January 3rd, 2009. But now you got to download all this other crap too. Like, again, that's a lie. That's bad, not good.
question for your future video, and share this video with a friend or family member. So what did Bitcoin Core devs do when this huge flood of new spam arrived on the scene? They did something actually worse than nothing. They in fact changed the definition of spam in an attempt to grandfather in the inscriptions exploit.
Ding, 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 ladies and gentlemen. That's where the lie is. So what did Bitcoin devs do when this huge flood of new spam arrived on the scene? They did something worse than nothing. They changed the definition of spam. Not only did they change the definition of spam, they tried to pretend like they didn't know what it was. Remember that?
Bitcoin Core devs do when this huge flood of new spam arrived on the scene? They did something actually worse than nothing. They in fact changed the definition of spam in an attempt to grandfather in the inscriptions exploit. Here's what happened. Luke Dasher submitted a PR, pull request, to Bitcoin Core that would have made it easy for Bitcoin nodes to filter out this inscription spam and prevent nodes from relaying it to each other, and thus help to prevent it from getting into a block. So this was the PR that was opened on January 5th of 2024. And it's called Witness Scripts Being Abused to Bypass Data Carrier.
Exactly, Sin. Exactly. The Biden effect, like redefining recession. Yeah. 2 negative GDP quarters in a row. It's not a recession anymore. And also inflation was transitory. Remember that? These people make me sick, man. The budget will balance itself. Right. Exactly.
Limit. Luke explains the data carrier size policy option is meant to limit the size of extra data allowed in transactions for relaying and mining. Since the end of 2022, however, this is Casey Rodamore's hack, attackers have found a way to bypass this limit by obfuscating their spam inside of op-false, op-if patterns. Those are the two opcodes used for inscriptions. Obfuscating their spam inside of these patterns instead of using the standardized op return, which, as we've discussed, that was the place given for non-monetary data.
That's a good point, Lauren. Great point. That's a lot of work to make something happen that is supposedly a good thing and straightforward. Exactly. Because again, it's like what the administration used to tell us. Everything they said and everything the mainstream media says, and we'll talk about this later in the other videos, everything they say, just do the opposite. Or it's an admission of guilt of what they're doing. When they say you're doing this, that means they're doing that. You know what I mean? And again, why are so many people turning on Core? 2 weeks to slow the curve. Yep. It's pretty obvious to me.
Small data field that people could use. This remains under active exploitation, namely the inscriptions hack does, to a degree very harmful to Bitcoin today, even today. And then what happened, this PR was rejected. Here we have Gloria writing, history of this config option suggests data carrier size is meant to limit the size of data in op return outputs. So this statement is untrue. The statement where Luke says the data carrier policy option is meant to limit the size of extra data allowed in transactions for relaying and mining. Only Luke here understands.
Maddie is in the house. Happy Sunday, everyone. Hope you have a blessed day. Yes. Maddie, you said that like you're leaving or something. Maddie, what's good? Let me put you on the wheel, man. You and Coco. How are you, young lady? Very good to see you as always. Coco. How's everything?
And the context, he understands the history, but there's something even more sinister going on, as this Stacker News article reports. And it really was Ghost of Unhosted Marcellus who figured this out, and that's who's posting it here. He writes, this is from February 27th, 2024. There's something very fishy going on in Bitcoin Core indeed. I have another anecdote involving Anthony Towns and several other developers and maintainers. In version 26.0, Marco Falco saw fit to redefine the description of the data carrier size config option from the old version, which was, quote, maximum size of data in data carrier transactions we relay and mine, to, and this is the new definition, quote, relay and mine transactions whose data carrying raw script pub key is of this size or less. Script pub key, I believe, is just nerd speak for transaction outputs. They changed this definition, and then what happened? AJ Towns and InstaGibbs Act, in other words, approved the redefinition, and there's a link here. I'll put all this in the description notes below. This was around the same time that Luke Dasher was proposing to extend the applicability of data carrier to also catch inscriptions. That is what we're seeing here in this PR.
Make sure you guys watch the rest of this video. He's always calling out these Bitcoin Core people, man. You know what I mean? Here's a link to it. Make sure you guys watch it and subscribe to Matthew Cratter from Bitcoin University. The rest of the video is really good too. I want you guys to go and check that out. Please and thank you. Because again, it's all about truth, defeating the lies. And nobody on YouTube, in my personal opinion, has been going harder for the truth about this core versus Knots debate than Bitcoin University, Matthew Cratter. So go ahead and check him out, guys. All right, so let's spin for 842, and then we'll get into the other video. That was 841. Maddie's in the house. I thought the cartoon at the end was hilarious. Yeah, me too. It was hilarious. Let's spin it. Let's see who can win it. VHF. You're the winner, sir. I know you're going to give it away to somebody. For those of you that came in the beginning of the video, I showed a Charlie Kirk tribute. Give to Holler. Got you. Holler loves this wheel, man. She loves it. And it was a pretty nice tribute to him. But Holler really loves this wheel. You don't believe me? Take a look.
Spin that wheel, here it's real, such a fly, that's a deal, round it goes, watch it land, Bitcoin prices in your hand.
I love that freaky clip. Thank you for doing that, VHF. That's very nice. Oh, thank you, VHF. Gang, gang, yes. Matthew Cratter's my fave. Absolutely. That's the videos I use to help me orange pill people, and particularly Mia. Me and Mia would watch those videos all the time together. I believe her first Bitcoin video, when me and you were riding around Vegas, Mia, back in 2023, December 2023, right? December 2023. Yeah. When Mia got orange pilled by somebody on Fremont Street, we drove around and we listened to Matthew Cratter. And she was hooked. She was hooked, and she went in and she went both feet in. Mia did. So gang, gang, Fanny Packer, boom. So yeah, I was very, very happy to see that. And Mia, what's funny is I was on my old computer, and I was looking at some pictures of me and you when we used to be Market America and doing all these different things. And in Miami, I said, oh my gosh. Remember, Mia, we used to go to the coffee shops and talk to people and stuff. Oh, my God, that was crazy. I've known Mia for a long time. I know Mia since 2011. So, a very long time. Can you imagine, Mia, if we'd got into Bitcoin back then? We'd be good. But I ran across a fascinating video from James Klug. This guy does really good work. And he interviewed a very, very smart teacher. Just a regular common sense person. I don't want to call him conservative or nothing like that. Somebody with common sense, okay? And this right here shows you what the mainstream media and or the Google searches and the like will do to you, because again, it's all rigged against the truth, but the truth will come out. So without further ado, this young lady is at the Charlie Kirk Memorial in her area, and James was interviewing her, and she said some fascinating stuff. So let's do that.
You are a
I'm a teacher. I'd rather not say exactly where, but it's in California. I teach political science, so it's a college political science course in a 12th grade classroom for advanced students, so they can earn college credit while they're going to school. I am very adamant about being neutral in my classroom, so I don't share my own personal political views and presenting both sides. So if all my kids agree with one side, I'll just present the devil's advocate, whether I agree with it personally or not.
You're a better person than me. If I was a political science teacher, I'd be like, hold on. Yeah, the losers think this way. No, I'm just kidding. But it sounds like you're a great teacher. That's good to hear.
I just think it's important for, even if you don't agree with the other side, it's important to understand the other side's perspective and be able to, as a teacher, you should be able to argue both sides, in my opinion.
Totally.
But I had a student, just in reference to the Kirk thing, that I think that's what really kind of hit me, was several years ago, this was many years ago, before a lot of people really knew who he was. I honestly didn't even know who he was at that point. A student came to me and asked, can we start a Turning Point chapter on campus? And I said, because I've always told my students, I will advise, because they have to have a teacher advisor, I will advise a conservative or a liberal or anything as long as it's, there's nothing negative about it. And this is like a mea culpa. I didn't know who he was. So I said, well, let me look into it. And I said, I will Google it. And the narrative, as we know online, was very negative, and I did about 20-30 minutes of research, and I got a lot of negative feedback, to be perfectly honest. And I told the
See, she goes to Google, looks up Charlie Kirk, and she saw a bunch of negative feedback. Why can't they just tell the truth about him? Why they got to put everything in context and make him look evil and bad? We know why.
You didn't know. And he said, and I explained, I said, a lot of what I've seen is showing that there's a lot of racist and this and that. And he's told me, he's like, but he's not. And I said, I can't support that, right?
How are you researching that, if you don't mind me asking? Were you looking at articles? Were you looking at Google?
Yeah, sorry, Googling articles, the general. And I'll be honest, I didn't.
See, you go to that G word, you go to the G word and look up Donald Trump, Charlie Kirk, any kind of conservative, MAGA, anybody that's not on the other side. What are you going to get? You're going to get evilness, bad, fascism, Hitler, white supremacist, evil, dictator. It's nonsense, man.
Not do a deep dive, and that's a mea culpa. I should have, right? Like, as being a busy teacher, you get caught up, and and I think this is what the average person does, right? They just kind of go in, kind of gloss over, get this big picture idea, and often is not the accurate one, right? So then he just kind of said, but Miss, I'm not gonna say my last name, but he's not. And I said, okay. I said, Miss Teacher. Said he's not. And I said, okay. And so he just kind of let it go. Another student came back another year later and asked me, and this one did not let go. This student said, but you got to look at this. And I said, okay. So my thing is, I always say, bring me evidence, right? That's my thing. Bring me the evidence.
I love that. So the second student was talking about Charlie Kirk, and he wouldn't let it go. That's what we need to do. When it comes to the truth, don't let it go. Beat it down to them. Metaphorically shove it down their throat if they want to hear it, if they're really arguing about the other side. Because again, most of these people are just looking on the surface level. They don't pull back the layers. They're surrounded by liberals and surrounded by people that lie to them their whole life. Their whole life, they grew up with liberal parents. All their friends are liberals. The schools, high school, middle school, elementary school, they're all getting indoctrinated. Then when they go to college, they go to more liberals. Stuff. Everything they watch on TV is liberal. CNN, Ember, CNN, the Cancel News Network, the Clown News Network, the Crime News Network, the Clinton News Network, NBC, nothing but crap. ABC, another bad company. CBS, PBS, all of them. They're all liars, man. And that's what they surround themselves with.
That's my thing. Bring me the evidence. He brought the evidence, right? Okay. He brought me tons of evidence, and we did a deep dive. And so I wish I could apologize to that first student, because I was wrong. I was very wrong. I looked at the quotes, and then they've taken out of context quotes, the completely missed quotes. I mean, it was ridiculous what I saw.
See? Taken out of context, misquotes. Why do they do that? They don't do that for the other side. Uh-oh, wrong. Too much truth. Yeah, I know. You guys know where to find me if something happens. But again, why do they do it? Why do they misconstrue it? This is why millions and millions of people. Can you imagine let's think about the 2024 election. Let's think about that. Trump won in a landslide. He won by 2 million votes, but popular votes. And again, Republicans are not supposed to win the popular vote. The Democrats are, right? But he won so many counties. He turned so many areas red. Can you imagine the media didn't demonize Trump 24/7 and didn't lie about Kamala Harris and really called everything straight and down the middle? This would have been the biggest landslide. This would have been more than a Ronald Reagan landslide over Jimmy Carter in 1980. It'd have been crazy.
I mean, it was ridiculous what I saw.
And it sounds like you're incredibly good faith in that. I think there's a lot of bad faith people that don't even try to do it. But it also makes it incredibly difficult when, you have your search engines are against you as well. They're feeding all the top results are things to shape a particular narrative about somebody, either an ideology or a specific person. And so, you're using the tools that you have available. And those are misdirecting you as well.
And I think very well-intentioned people go in there, and that's the narrative they get, and they're like, well, how can you tell me anything different? This is what I'm seeing. This is my reality. And so we end up with two realities in this world, right? And so I have this one, because we do media as part of the unit, and I have this one screenshot of the 2016 election. I just did a Google image search. Donald Trump, Hillary Clinton. Every single Donald Trump picture was like this mean looking, like kind of evil, and then Hillary Clinton's always smiling in it. So
You see? All the pictures make Trump look evil. He's the bad guy. Hillary Clinton's the great person. Kamala Harris, she's a black woman. She's such a great woman. She's a queen. Trump's evil. And again, like she said, when people search this stuff and they see the quote unquote news or the truth, they see that Trump's bad, Charlie Kirk's bad, and all these people are bad. They're gonna say, well, shit, all my family members say they're bad. My teachers say they're bad. When I Google it, they say they're bad. My friends say they're bad. All the news networks say they're bad. So they got to be bad. And it's done on purpose. So we have so much work to do. We got to fight against so much nonsense, lies, and propaganda. It doesn't even make any sense. So it literally, they're living in a false reality that doesn't exist, that they put them in this bubble of propaganda and lies. And you're literally talking to somebody that's living on a different planet than you. And it's tough, man. It really is.
Actually told my students to stop using Google at that point.
By the millions, those tiny little things have a massive psychological impact.
And so once he brought the evidence and we deep dived and we looked at it and we said, and I was wrong. I was like, he's not racist. He's not homophobic. He has a heart for God. And I am a Christian. And so,
hey, Emily, how are you?
that he has a heart for God. And so we were about to start a Turning Point chapter and COVID hit. So we never ended up getting that going. But
that student won that debate, huh?
He won it. Okay. Yeah. And I've had students change my mind. That's not the first time. It certainly wasn't the last time. So I've had students change my mind. I've always, my response is bring me the evidence. And when they bring it, I'm willing to look at it. But, the first one, I wish I could apologize. He's probably long off, probably married, having kids now. But like, I feel still terrible about that. And he was actually the one that introduced me to who Charlie Kirk was, those two students. So
and then here you are years later at Turning Point HQ to pay your respects.
Yeah. And just to look at it as regardless of where you are on the political spectrum, this is not okay. This is not okay. And, we talk about in the class, and the vast majority of my students agree with that. They agree that it's not okay. But at the same time, some of them are saying, I don't know what to do with the fact that I secretly feel almost happy when the Butler thing happened. And, and I said, well, we need to look into that. Where's that coming from? And why are we giving into that?
So, as a political science teacher, tell me your perspective on this when it comes to the two very different reactions following the brutal assassination of Charlie Kirk. I know you're worried about your kids, and you should be, right?
Jason, what's good, my boy? How are you? Good to see you, brother. Hola, my sensei. Yes. Propaganda is so bad, man. And the reason I take this so personal for me is because I'm from New York, and I have a lot of friends and family members, man, that I battle with every single day because of this shit and this nonsense. And, I got fooled too. Probably some of you guys got fooled. We probably have family members in this group right now. You probably have family members and friends that don't talk to you. You know what I mean? I'm doing good, Emily. How are you? Thanks for asking. I appreciate that. Good to see you. He's doing well. He's in there playing. But I have family members to this day, friends that won't even talk to me because I'm a white supremacist, they call me. Jason, you're boom. Impropaganda. Exactly. Exactly, bro. It's just sad, man. You know what I mean? Elms, it's sad, the shit we have to go through. I have not been back to New York State since October of 2020. I've been back but going to be 5 years in a couple of days. And I'm not saying I don't miss the people that I love, but it's just like, I'm just such a completely different person than I was 5 years ago. I wouldn't even know what to do with myself going out there. Honestly. You know what I'm saying? And it's a shame that so many people are living in this lie, in this false reality, man, and have no idea. But this is why we got to work hard and wake these people up.
Good teacher, but just in a general sense, your thoughts on those reactions as a country.
Yeah.
Can I get your take on that?
Yeah, I can say as far as in the classroom from the student perspective, I'm on leave right now because I have actually made the decision to homeschool my daughter for the year. But I am still very involved with other teachers. And so I can give you some of the teacher reactions.
Yeah,
and
sure,
I have to say it has been very disheartening to see a lot of we have these like little private teacher groups where most of the time we're talking about curriculum and lesson planning, but this last week there's been a lot of very negative response and teachers that are posting saying, I don't want to say what I really think because I'm afraid I'm going to get fired. So there's a lot of people getting fired. There is exponentially more that think that way that just won't say it out loud.
So
wow. So not only are the kids secretly happy when Charlie Kirk gets, publicly executed, when they try to kill Trump, all these things. Not only are they secretly happy, they don't understand why, but you got more teachers than not, and more people on the liberal side probably that are happy that Charlie Kirk died, and they're not saying anything. So the thousands that you've already seen saying everything, that's probably 1/1000th of the people that really believe that and won't say it out loud. You know what I mean? And again, the mainstream media, the apparatus, and these liars and these evildoers, because again, it ain't about left versus right, guys. It's about us versus them. The elites versus us. Is they brainwash these people into doing it. Now, again, I am a full believer in personal responsibility. But again, if you just handed lies your whole life, can you imagine your whole life, your parents telling you something and you actually trust your parents and you believe it? And then come to find out when you went to someone else's house, you find out that your parents were lying. You went to your neighbor's house. They said, no, your parents aren't telling you the truth. All your neighbors said they're not telling you the truth. But then when you go back to your parents' house, like, no. This is the truth. It's crazy, man. We don't have free speech. Get fired for saying something. Come on, man. Exactly. It's like fucking, yep, sure is. Come visit me. Oh, don't tempt me with a good time, Mia. Because I ain't got nowhere to stay, really. If I can stay at your house, I'll fly out there for sure. But there's so many people. Wow, so happy to see you, Mia. Yes. There's so many people, man, that are wishing the death of our president, number one. But number two, are happy that Charlie Kirk died. I mean, think about that. And for me, I don't give a shit if you don't like him or not. I don't care about that. I will not deal with you if you're sitting there talking crap about Charlie Kirk after the man passed away, especially if you didn't see him, you didn't talk to him, or talk about him while he was alive. But now you're saying stuff about him to when he's dead. Like, come on, man. Miss me with that. I still try to talk to the liberals that I know and amaze how little they know outside their bubbles. What is from their outside their bubbles, what is from their media, the social media posts they see. Some have never heard another side. Exactly. Again, we got a lot of work to do, Lauren. That's very well said, man. And this lady said herself, she's a teacher. And most teachers are liberals, especially college teachers on these college campuses. These kids get it coming and going, man. They get it from their parents. They get it from the TV. They get it from the social medias and their friends and their followers. It's crazy. Canada will soon control the internet up here, and you could go to prison for quote-unquote hate speech. Wow. Just like freaking the UK. Of course, if you're being a racist piece of well-deserved, political opponents be warned. Exactly. Wow, man. Wow.
That way that just won't say it out loud.
So we've touched on this. Is there has been, I don't even know how many hundreds of thousands of people took it to social media using their public profile to say the most vile things, and not just say the most vile things, but celebrate and encourage more, which is obviously horrifying. Now, those are the people that I think most of us would agree are the idiots that are willing to do that. How many more are privately believing that? That's one of the scariest things.
Yeah, that's this. Yeah. The amount of people who are really thinking of it, and I've been in education for 20 years, ginormous. And being even just a neutral teacher is the minority, a huge minority. And for many years, we've been pressured and quieted.
Wow. So there's like she said, there's way more people than that came out on the internet that were celebrating Charlie Kirk that actually feel that way, versus the people just being neutral and saying, either way, I'm okay. There's only a little bit of people that are just neutral. It's either you hated Charlie Kirk or you loved him, and very few in between. And that is sad, man. That's sad.
silenced and just, kind of made bad to feel if you don't embrace this particular ideology, and I don't necessarily embrace that ideology. I'm not on the liberal progressive side. And so it's kind of like, sometimes you almost feel like you have to say, like, I don't want to say what I really think because I'm afraid I'm going to get fired. I'm afraid of this. And it's not because of violence. And so now you've got teachers who are like secretly celebrating violence. That's a whole different thing. It's a different thing to say, I am pro-choice, or I'm pro-life, or I'm pro this, or I'm pro that. That's a whole different thing. Believe what you want, right? But when you are the person that is like, I want this person to die, what is wrong with our country, right? What is wrong with our media that people could think, I don't care what you think, nobody should die for it. And if somebody made you think that way, there's a problem.
I think one of the most horrifying things too is how many people here resonate with what Charlie Kirk says, or any of Ben Shapiro, or any of these conservative figures. How many people actually agree with them on almost everything, maybe even everything, right? It's millions of Americans, and this is not some radical view. This is conservatism here, right?
We love you too, Mia. And if you say I could stay there, don't tempt me with a good time, because I know you like to cook too. So thank you for the invite, Mia. And so glad to have you back, man. We love having you here. I know you're a busy lady. I know you can't come all the time, but just, when you can, we really appreciate it, Mia. It's good to see you, man.
And so how many people agree with that? And how many people are actually wishing death upon those basic conservatives? I'm not going to pretend like Charlie Kirk was just some center right moderate whatever. No, he was a strong conservative. He really was, but he was certainly not what they're saying he is. And what they're saying he is all these disgusting authoritarian kind of positions to justify and perhaps encourage more of that political violence.
Yeah, I saw this one clip of him where it said, the clip or the meme said, there's no place for conservatives in the Republican movement. And then I looked at the actual clip, and he was saying, who are you to say there's no place for conservatives in the movement? And it was such a complete twisted sense of what he was saying. And so those are things, and it's just so many people are now so blocked to be anywhere near willing.
Yes, that's been the theme here, Mia. I mean, I've been talking about that for a while, especially after September 10th, 2025, Mia. I'm trying to tell people it's not left versus right. It does seem that way sometimes, but again, it's us versus them. You're either good or you're evil. There's no in between. You know what I mean? Very well stated, guys. Backpacker too. Hello, Jerry Freedom fam. Quinn, the winner. Another beautiful lady. How are you, Quinn? Good to see you. Put you on the wheel. We got a big spin tonight, thanks to Sharon. Sharon's giving away 10,000 sats at the end of the show, guys. So make sure you stay. The love of my life got so far down the radical left rabbit hole, it ended the relationship. I hope they see the light someday. Wow, I am so sorry to hear that, man. My gosh, I am so sorry to hear that, brother. Can you believe that? The love of your life got basically, it's almost like what's that show called? We talked about that zombie show, The Walking Dead. It's like when they get bit or they get infected or whatever, there's no saving some of these people, man. And it's like you don't want to, what them, but you got to leave them be because they're done. Their brain is rotted, man. I'm so sick and tired of left, right. So damn tired of it. Me too. Hey, Quinn. I'm so sorry, Solar. Me too. Golly. Doing okay. Just got home from Nana Sunday dinner. Nice. Hope everyone is well. Sharing the goat. That's awesome. Yes. Spend the time with the people you love. Good job. Quinn, how are you? Quinn, the winner. Gospel, hello. Quinn, the winner. Hi. Solar, I know. So sad, man. Oh, that makes me, that just breaks my heart to hear that, man. Quinn. What am I supposed to say after that? Quinn. Jigga. Hello, Richie. Happy Sunday. How you be, Quinn? Happy Sunday. God, Sin makes me laugh, man. Oh, my God, Sin makes me laugh. Quinny, I forgot to sleep. I forgot to go to sleep. My wife just got out of bed, and I noticed the sun is already up again. LOL. Wow. Doing good, Quinn the winner. Thanks for asking. Thanks. Sensei, hi. Doing all right, Emily. How about you? It's crazy, man. I got to slowly see their reason and logic go away. It's so real, people. I'm doing well, though. It led me here. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Yeah. And I've never had like the love of my life do that, but I've definitely had people that I love do that. So I can't concur fully, but people that I love very much as far as friends and family members, they're just rotted, man. Especially the people that look like me caught in the victim tidal wave. or the victim of the hurricane. It's just sad, man. Oh, classic Sean XD Silver Lining. You run into me. Yes, exactly.
To listen, to hear, to really investigate themselves, because someone told me this, so therefore I believe that. And so I think it's this whole thing has kind of hit me in terms of, being a Christian first and foremost. Yeah. It's hit me a lot in terms of where I take away is being a teacher and being my heart is for the youth, right? Like I put 20 years of this or more. And he had this vision that people are like, oh, we should look at, middle age, like people that are this demographic, the people who really influence politics, and they have low voter turnouts. Let's not pay attention to them. That's long-term thinking, right? Charlie had long-term thinking. This is going to affect elections in 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, and we're going to change the heart of the nation by getting this group now,
Yes, and I love that about Charlie. Charlie went to the lion's den. You know what I mean? The belly of the beast. He went and talked to the kids. And now that they assassinated him and they publicly executed him, people that didn't have Charlie Kirk on their radar, now it's like, okay, let's see who Charlie Kirk is. Because he knows the youth. This is why we're doing it for Bitcoin. We're doing it for the future. Charlie is doing the same thing for our country in common sense, in conservative and Christian values, good values. I want my grandchildren to have children and be married, men and women to be married and build up a household. I don't want all this woke stuff and this woke nonsense. And he knew it because these kids, it was an indoctrination camp in these colleges. And he went right to the belly of the beast. And that's why they killed him, ladies and gentlemen. He got killed exactly what he was doing. They did it publicly. I know this forum is not going to like me saying it, but again, the revolution needs to be televised. That's why they did it, in my personal opinion. Because they could have got him a lot of ways, but they got him so everybody could see it, so people like us would be scared to go out there and talk more. And that's why I say no. Just like Satoshi Nakamoto basically gave up his life to start this Bitcoin thing by giving up his anonymity, being secretive and living in, life, in secret and putting his life on the line. Because again, if he would have got caught, Satoshi Nakamoto building this thing, they probably would have offed him. You know what I mean? So he gave up his life and his privacy for this Bitcoin thing. Charlie did the same exact thing. He knew what he was getting into. Dr. Martin Luther King. These people knew what they were getting into. They knew every single day could be their last. And they did it anyway. So that's why I say on this channel, we are all Satoshi, but we're also all Charlie. Happy to be here. It might be a bit late tomorrow. I'm going for new glasses. Okay, congratulations. The church guy. Sin, have you seen the parody? Don't be a menace while drinking your juice in the hood. Yes, of course. Two best hood movies, Boys in the Hood and Menace to Society. Yep, of course we've seen that. Amazingly more are going to the campuses to talk now than before. We will not be stopped. Exactly. Charlie was fearless. He was absolutely fearless. Absolutely was.
Last comment I'll make super quick. I do think this is a conversation. This really highlights the importance of teaching critical thinking within the classroom. And I don't know if you've kind of come to that as well, or maybe you already do that. I'm sure you do. But I think a lot of this has to do with, it's consume absolute garbage and propaganda, disinformation, not misinformation, disinformation, and just regurgitating it. No, we need to be teaching the American people how to do better.
Yeah. We need to start teaching the skill of how to take a quote, a clip, and I do this in my classroom. Take a quote, take a clip, look at the bigger context, right? Get the bigger speech.
Boom. Critical thinking and common sense. When you see a clip, and even on the other side, when I see a clip, I say, well, let me see the whole thing in context. Let me get the full context. That's what we have to teach people, man. Of course, the comedy of the 90s is sorely missed. Yes. Right? Get the full clip in context. But the problem is they brainwashed us, guys. Now listen to me. They brainwashed us to have short attention spans. How? YouTube shorts, TikTok videos, short little Instagram videos. Nobody's going to sit down and watch an hour show anymore or hour-long forum or anything like that. And that's why they do it.
The transcript, the closed captioning, whatever you need to do. When I teach my kids to do that, I don't think teachers are doing that, let alone teaching it. I don't think they do it themselves. And so, and I'm not saying that for all. There's some really amazing, wonderful teachers out there. I'm not trying to disparage teachers at all. Absolutely. And I think that they genuinely have good hearts and they're genuinely coming from a really good place. Yeah. I just think that so many are bought into this that it's just, where do we even start? And it's not necessarily the focus on our PDs, our professional developments. It's not something that we're really looking at. And I think this tells us we need to start.
Thanks for your time. You're wonderful.
Wonderful conversation. Make sure you guys go subscribe to him. This is his channel, and that was the video. Make sure you guys go check that out, please and thank you. Consumption of garbage got us here. People lack discipline to do their own research. It takes time. Yeah. And it ain't just about America and God and stuff like that. That all that stuff is too in the truth, but it's truth about everything. Bitcoin as well. It's all propaganda. Just like a verse. You read the verse before and after. Yep. You read the verse before and after. Yes. Brainwashing of America. Yeah. It happens all over the world, guys. Happens all over the world. Hold on one second. Let me play a commercial here real quick. Because somebody called and they want to talk to Tiba. Let's play this Charlie Kirk clip I had up here, and then we'll see it. He's talking about kind of like an eye for an eye, if you will, about murder and killing. And he does a great job here. So check this out.
Murder mean? They already murdered themselves in that action. They already bestowed the punishment upon themselves. We are simply completing the task. When you take another person's life, you already took your own life.
I have concerns over things like the death penalty. Is it? It's one of the 10 Commandments. You said no murder. So is it somehow justified because they're such a horrible criminal, or are they eliminating or changing the trajectory of God's plan for what it was supposed to be because they murdered somebody and they didn't go when God was ready for them?
Great question. So I get this question a lot. So it does say do not murder. It does not say do not kill. So those are two different Hebrew words, right? So to murder is a completely different thing than to kill. For example, you're allowed to kill in self-defense. Somebody comes into your house, you are allowed to take that life if your life is being put into jeopardy. In fact, to go a step further, the reason why it made sense to ancient Israel, did you know that a life for a life, otherwise known as the death penalty, is the only law that is in all 5 books of the Torah? It's the only law. Not even the Sabbath is in all 5 books of the Torah. Now, the Sabbath exists in Genesis, but it's not in all 5 books. So this idea of taking a life if you take a life, what is it rooted in? Why does it matter? Well, first of all, God is communicating to us the first thing. Taking human life is a major deal. That's God's first moral teaching in the Torah, that it's not to be trivialized. Let me give you another example. There's a law of the 613 laws of Judaism, of which we are not bound to the ceremonial law, which is one of them, that if an animal takes a human life, you must kill that animal. So it's like, okay, that's like, why do that? Well, what are you gonna have, oh yeah, that's Lenny, he killed my uncle, and say hi. Like, you're gonna keep that animal around? The only punishment imaginable for taking the thing that only we are made in the image of God. So if you take another image bearer's life, what could possibly be a just punishment for that? Well, according to the economy of God, it's that your life must also be taken. And according to scriptural theology, we are not taking that person's life. When you take another person's life, you already took your own life. I want you to think about that. If someone were to murder Alex or murder me, they already murdered themselves in that action. They already bestowed the punishment upon themselves. We are simply completing the task. And think about it. Some people will say, but Charlie, it's not fair because of whatever sob story liberal reason. How is it, and honestly, no. And I'll just close with it. I'll kind of finish with this. But you know who it's not fair to? It's not fair to the victims. You are cheapening the lives of the victims. You are basically saying the victims die and you get to live. So you get to continue to live even though you took the lives of others. So for example, I think it's fundamentally wrong that creep who killed those 4 college kids in Moscow, Iowa, that he gets to keep living. So he kills 4 college kids and he keeps on getting to have life, and those people don't. In order to say that those people's lives mattered, the only just thing that we can reason ourselves to is to take that person's life. And that is not murder, that is killing, and it's societal self-defense.
Preach. Couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more. All right. Let's do a spin here, guys. We're going to call it a night here. Let's do a 843 and 844, okay? Let's do it. Thank you guys so much for coming in. Remember, we got a 10,000 spin. 1,000 sat spin from Sharon. Backpacker. Congratulations, sir. Like a verse, brainwashing. Wow, I needed to hear this. Some churchgoers I know say God cannot forgive me for lives taken during war. I believed it forever. This says different. I completely agree with him. Backpacker, congrats. Yes, Congrats, Backpacker. Completely agree with that. Let me tell you guys something. I'm gonna say that I'm gonna state the obvious here. If you guys want to get smarter and learn a lot of stuff, listen to Charlie Kirk. Okay, this guy is smart as hell, bro. This guy knows a lot about a lot of things. Pizzle. Thank you guys, no doubt, Backpacker. You deserve it, brother. All right, that was 843. Let's see who can win 844. Then we'll do the big spin. Pepe. Jenny. All right, Jenny's the winner. All right, let's shuffle it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Legendary, yes. She's here. She's got us in the background. All right, this is the big spin from Sharon. I'm going to pay it out right here. All right. 10,000 sats to the winner. You guys ready? 10,000 from Sharon B. Thank you so much, Sharon. We really appreciate that very much. All right, one spin for the win. Let's do it. Kramer. Kramer, you're the winner. If you're here, brother. I pay it out right now. No way, Ray. Yes, Kramer, you're the winner. Okay. Damn, I got a lot of people on this freaking list. There it is. Kramer, copy. Let's go to speed. $10,000. Ready? Thank you so much, Sharon. There you go, Kramer. Congratulations, brother. Lawrence, sir, don't let those who want to justify everything by focus only God's love and forgetting his commandments. Yes. Good game, guys. Sorry it was pulled away. No doubt. Good game, Kramer. Don't beat yourself up about that. You were performing your job to protect your country. That's right. Thank you for donation, Sharon. But yeah, don't worry about that, Lauren. Thanks so much for the show, Jerry. And Sharon for the donations. Yes. Woohoo, Kramer. Yeah. Well, listen, man. I really appreciate you guys coming in on a Sunday. Thanks, Dagger. That video opened up stuff for me to hear that from him. Yes. And again, man, it's truth versus lies. It's good versus evil. And I hate to say it, but it's demons versus angels, maybe. And these people are demonic. When we go to church and we pray for God, these people do other things. Okay. They pray for someone else and they worship something else. And we don't worship that. And these people, I'm telling you, man, are eviler than you could imagine. And for that, for them to do what they did on 9/11 and all these other things that we found out, congrats, you guys, no doubt. Mia, it's just terrible. It is a terrible thing, man. And God bless Satoshi Nakamoto, all the people that came before us, because we're all Satoshi and we're all Charlie. All right. But I got some truth for you. Truth versus lies. Lies is the terrible, terrible, terrible money that we have now in the system that we're in. Fiat currency is a lie. It's a war money, and it's terrible. It really is. You're a patriot, Lauren. Put your country first. That's honorable. Yes. Don't tell me I missed a big prize. No, you didn't. And this fiat system is a lie, and we have something that's the truth. I love y'all. Thank you, Sharon. We love you too. And this money is the truth. This money is scarce, uninflatable, portable, durable, international, fungible, divisible, verifiable in supply, decentralized, and unconfiscatable. I believe it's God's money. I believe with the 33 epochs and the Genesis block, and Mia knows best. She is the Bitcoin gospel. She knows it best. And to me, this is godly, biblical money. And it is the truth. And it is the light. And for me, it is the only way that the truth will be set free. And if I had to take a guess, I'm pretty sure you guys already know what that is. It's the best way to save. And for me, the only way to save. And that's Bitcoin. Thank you guys so much for being here. I really, really appreciate you guys, man. Thank you on a Sunday and all the love and the support and the zaps and everything else. I will see you guys soon. I'll see you guys Monday. And until then, love you, Jerry and fam. Bless you. Yes, see you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. And until then, and as you guys know, I love each and every one of you, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace and love, guys.